All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Paranormal Portal. I'm your host, Brent Thomas, and it is time to entertain you. At least I'm going to do the best I can. Hello to everybody here. Hello, Spiraling. Hello, T-Bone. Hello, Vincent Sanchez. Hello, BJ. Hello, T-Bone. Again, Rachel gets it right. Bill Simone's in here. And Deborah Neighbors. I got a lot of people here. Barbara Moore is over on the Rumble. She's all ready, she says. Aussie Boss Tiger's here. The boss himself. From down under. Let's see. I'm just looking. Anna Bulney. Bulney. I'm not sure how to pronounce the last name, Anna, but thank you for coming in. It's great to meet you. Wonderful and welcome. I saw Bonnie was in here. So hello, Bonnie. BJ's mom. Good to see you. Mel WD40's here. Good to have you here, brother. Thank you for coming in. T-Bone is here, of course. As I'm scrolling, trying to hit all the names that I can find, just right off the bat here. But it's great to see all you guys. Happy, there's Bonnie Moore. There you are. I found you in the list. It's great to see all of you guys. Hope you're having a wonderful week. Happy hump day. Yes, we can see you in chat. Good. Thank you, Rachel. I forgot to turn on the ghost box, so let me do that. Turn on the ghost radar. That's right over here on the lower part of your screen. This is the ghost radar. If you're new to the show, I just leave it running. It's running on my computer. It uses the magnetometer, and it does detect electromagnetic anomalies. Does it mean they're ghosts? No, but they're electromagnetic anomalies, and it's kind of a cool conversation piece. It also has a word database built into it, and sometimes it spits out some incredibly relevant stuff, which is really mind-blowing, honestly. So let me turn this on. What the hell's the date? It's the 11th. Wow. It's the 11th of March already. Jesus, it was like 5 minutes ago. It was to 2026. And now it's the 11th of March already. Wow. Where is the time gone? I don't know, but hopefully it's going to a good place. I don't know if that makes sense, but you know what I mean? Like, we always hope for the good. Every time a new year comes, it's like, man, this is the one. This is the one. I just know it. And one of these times we're just going to be right. It's probably the law of averages and all, but one of these times we're going to nail that, guys. You watch. Just hold on. Keep the faith. So Great to see everybody that's here, though. We are going to do, of course, the news and have a good time with that. Then we're going to have a special freaky phenomena where we're going to be showcasing some UFO files, images that were sent in by our very own BJ Lapierre in the chat. Author, illustrator BJ Lapierre has sent me a grouping of photos, and we're going to go over those and have a look and see what you saw. Hello, Jose. I love this new time. Well, it's the same time for us. We just go through daylight savings time. I don't know. Do you not have that, Jose? I don't know. It's the same time, though, for us. But maybe if you're in one of those places that doesn't do daylight savings, then to you it seems like we're an hour earlier, maybe. Whatever it is. Hope it works out good for you. Hope we don't get hit here in Cali by... Oh, I don't think you probably have to worry about it, Delilah. I don't think they got that kind of range for drones from the Middle East. The Iranian drones will probably not hit you. You're probably safe. Mark's safe. You can put it on Facebook. Mark's safe from Iranian drones today. So, but more daylight. You are right. It is more daylight for sure. All right. Just looking to see if anything went. Elaine Clifford came in. Good to see you, Elaine. Hello, friend is here. Awesome to have you here as well. Isaac Areola. Good to see you, brother. Give Kirsten and baby Ethan our love as always. And, yeah, it looks like that's the basic rundown of who's here. Sorry if I missed you. If you're in here and you're like, hey, you never said hi. I'm sorry. I can only do it for, when words come up on my screen. Otherwise, I got to pull up the actual roster. So, at any rate, but we're going to get to that. It's the first live show back for the week. So that's good. I always miss it, but here we are again with a full 2 hours of Paranormal Portal. And we're going to get to, what the hell is that? We're going to get to an article from Listverse, and we're going to get to maybe some Cryptid Corner. We'll see where we end up on the night. I did go light on the what the hell is that tonight, just because I want to get some Cryptid Corner in, because I know some of you guys are disappointed we haven't been spending much time on the cryptids, the creatures, the weirdness. Just had some food break loose from my tooth in my mouth. It was floating around there like a mushy mess. Okay, I'm better now. All right, I don't know if I should editorialize that much, but I do. It's like you're here with me, dealing with all my crap. It's like we're married. I don't know. Maybe you guys get the better end of that deal. I don't know. You have to ask Mrs. Portal. Oh, wow, you're here. Boo. What? Oh, that's a ghost boo, not a boo-boo. Okay, gotcha. All right, so anyway, hi, Hoggle. Good to see you. She came in. Hoggle came in as well, so it looks like we're having a full boat of fun here on the portal. Without further delay, I guess. Hi, Car Juice came in over on Rumble. She says, hi, Barb and Brent. Yep, it's Barb and Brent show over on Rumble, and now it's the Car Juice Barb and Brent show on Rumble. And I haven't seen Big D or Dog Digger or Justin over there yet, but we'll keep watching. We'll keep watching. I never do. Not that you guys will hear anyway. So I have a mute button here, Drake. So take care of that. I take care of that live. If you ever see my hand drift over, like, oh, where's my hand going? Oh, might be why. I'm just saying. I'm only human. Yep, like Jose says, smush the like button for sure. All right, so Amanda's Crazy Life channel came in. Hello to Amanda. How are you? Good to see you. All right, let's get to the news and find out what's going on in the newsverse. I've pulled up a bunch of great articles. There's a really good news cycle going on right now in the week with some really great articles. So I'm kind of excited to get into them. We're going to get into 3 of them right now. So I hope you're ready, because ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the news.
All the news you love, from the wild to the weird to the fascinating or interesting, with your host Brent Thomas.
There it is. Time for the news, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, see my hagstone. This is the stone I always wear. It's a hagstone. I found it on my family beach back in Minnesota. It's kind of got like the shape of a bird's head, but it's a really cool stone. And I made up this little necklace thing, and I wear it because apparently hagstones are really good protection against a lot of bad crap. So who am I to judge? I just, okay, if it's good protection, I got it. I'm wearing it. But anyway, let's get to the news. This is the Paranormal Portal News Desk, where we cover all kinds of different news around the world. Usually it's sometimes has something to do with the paranormal, which is good, but sometimes it's just entertaining, fun, interesting, or just bizarre. We cover a whole spectrum of things here on the news, but in any case, I hope you just find it entertaining and worth your time. I like doing it. I like learning about this stuff because I don't pre-read anything. I'm reading it with you cold for the first time. I just pull up things based on headlines, and I'm like, yeah, that'll be a good one. That looks like a good one. And then we read them together. So believe it or not, it's up to you, but that's the honest to God truth. So remember, throughout the course of the show, we utilize a lot of different websites with some amazing information, and these sites are the best out there. I've never found better. And I implore you guys to please support these sites. Please give them your love. They have a lot of incredible information, a lot more than I could ever bring you in the course of these shows. So go cruise those sites, check them out. You're going to find lots of stuff you're interested in, and probably a lot of new information you didn't already know. So lots of great stuff out there. So please support these sites. They are incredible. Your traffic equals revenue, which keeps the lights on. So let's get to the first article. This is something I didn't know before today. I'm only learning it from the headline, if the headline is correct and not overhyped. This is pretty wild. I don't know how, but I guess it's a thing. So what kind of thing am I talking about? Well, according to this article from unexplained-mysteries.com brings us our first article that I'm going to reframe now. There we go. Queen bumblebees have the ability to breathe underwater. Huh? I had no idea. Wow. You think they might do that then, like that might be a good place to set up shop. I guess they can though. Let's see what it says. This is news to me. Not that I'm a bee expert, but I didn't know this. The insects appear to have a unique solution to thriving the winter in flooded underground conditions. A question that's often asked is how certain bug types of insects survive when it's very wet, especially those that live or hibernate underground for months at a time. In the case of queen bumblebee, it turns out the answer is surprisingly simple. According to a new study, these insects seem to possess the ability to literally breathe underwater. Wow, I had no idea. This is particularly a critical skill for queen bumblebees, as being the only member of their hive to survive the winter. They spend months underground, a period of dormancy known as diapause. When it's particularly wet, something certainly not unusual for the winter months, the queen bee can find herself completely submerged in water. To learn more, researchers from the Department of Biology at the University of Ottawa took several queen bumblebees, and placed them in a recreation of the conditions of their winter diapause. Yeah, it's like a little plastic box with holes in it, and they throw in water. There you go. We're recreating the hive. By analyzing the gases moving in and out of their bodies, the team was able to determine that the insects were still able to produce carbon dioxide through breathing while submerged, albeit at a reduced rate. When taken out of the water, the bees also seem to recover remarkably quickly. This study reveals that diapausing bumblebee queens survive and recover from prolonged flooding through a combination of underwater respiration and anaerobic metabolism in a state of profound metabolic depression, the study authors wrote. Well, there you go. At least queen bumblebees can do that. I didn't know that. Now we know. They used honeybees for the picture, which isn't necessarily accurate, but at any rate, there you go. They can breathe underwater. Well, that's probably a good survival mechanism. That explains the whole flood thing. God's like, damn it, I thought I got rid of those. No, they're a wonderful, wonderful addition to our natural fauna of the world. There you go. First article, queen bees can breathe underwater. None of the other ones can, though. I guess they just don't or can't. Maybe something about that queen gene. The Queen jeans. That's should be a t-shirt, shouldn't it? I'm sporting my Queen jeans. I don't know. What do you do? All right, let's get to the next article before I dork it up even more. All right, here we go. This one is a Bigfoot story from the Creatures, Myths, and Legends files of unexplained-mysteries.com. Everybody loves a Bigfoot story. So, again, we do cover Bigfoot throughout the course of the show. And cryptids. It's just not always at the cryptid corner. All right, let's get to this one and see what the hell's going on from unexplained-mysteries.com. Creatures, Myths, and Legends files. Mystery surrounds Bigfoot sightings in surge in Portage County, Ohio. Any of you guys from Ohio? Any of you guys heard any Bigfoot sighting surges going on? I didn't know about this. I don't know what time frame they're talking about, but I hadn't heard that there was a sighting surge. Although, are they all for sure Bigfoot? Probably not. I mean, there's got to be some misidentification in some of this, but it wouldn't surprise me, I guess. Are there more Bigfoots? Are there the same amount of Bigfoot there's always been? Who knows? Who knows? But at any rate, let's check out this article and find out what's going on. That's not too long. Something big has been lurking in the forests of Ohio this month, and quite a few people claim to have seen it. Despite a lack of definitive evidence of its existence, Bigfoot continues to remain a fascinating phenomenon, with witnesses continuing to report encounters with large, hairy bipedal creatures roaming the wilds and woodlands of the United States on a regular basis. While such sightings are certainly nothing new or unusual, a particularly concentrated spate of such reports in Portage County, Ohio, this month has been raising eyebrows. Mine included. According to Jeremiah Byron, host of the Bigfoot Society podcast, they didn't even ask me. Nobody asked me. The strangeness began with 2 sightings on March 6th, followed by 2 more on March 9th. A guy and his friend were hiking in the Headwaters Trail and they saw a 10-foot Sasquatch, Byron told Fox 8's Suzanne Stratford. When it was grunting at them, it turned its head at the shoulders, not neck, which is an important detail. That's crazy. In another incident, a woman saw a large bipedal animal covered in hair running out of the woods. There was also a report by a man in Newton Township who had been taking his dog for a walk in the early hours of the morning on March 10th when he spotted a 10-foot tall creature at the tree line. That sounds like they're consistent in this height estimate. Unfortunately, no photographic evidence of these encounters has been forthcoming, but the sheer number of sightings in such a small area over a few days is certainly unusual. The question of exactly what could account for all these reports remain unanswered. Bigfoot? It's like, what do you mean, what could account for it? A Bigfoot? Let me go out on a limb here and go, Bigfoot? It's so funny. It's like, well, we don't know how to account for all these sightings. Bigfoot? What the hell? Could someone have been pulling a prank, or did the witness genuinely say something anomalous? Sadly, we may never know for sure. True. That was sourced by fox8.com. So, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are seeing Bigfoot. What could be out there making people see Bigfoot? Bigfoot? That's not a stretch. That's not a hard thing to get to. It's like the freaking Occam razor of the century. It's like, well, the most, simple answer is probably the right one. What could be making people see Bigfoot in a big rash of sightings? Bigfoot? That is just funny. That is hilarious to me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm alone here. Anybody else find that hilarious? I lived right by there in Stowe, Ohio for 4 years. Yeah, Car Juice, did you see a Bigfoot? That's a good question. Okay. Well, I don't know. Apparently there's one there now. When was this from? This is from March 11th, like literally today. It's a brand new article. So, yeah, maybe there's something going on over there in Ohio. I mean, there's always something going on in Ohio. It's one of those places that has everything going on. There's UFOs. There's I mean, the Ohio Bigfoot or Grassman, there's, plenty of cryptid reports and a whole load of strange phenomena and hauntings. So Ohio is one of those places that's like a superstorm for everything bizarre. But that's what we love. That's why we're here. So anyway, let's get to the next article and last article of the night. This one's kind of cool. It's the conspiracy files of unexplained-mysteries.com. Could the infamous Majestic 12 papers have been real all along? Imagine that. It was hidden in plain sight. Let's check it out. Documents pertaining to a shadowy UFO organization known as Majestic 12 may hold more merit than previously thought. It's not too long. It's longer on the articles, but it's okay. The idea that there could be a clandestine group of government officials, military leaders, and scientists set up in secret to investigate UFOs and alien visitation might seem like something straight out of the X-Files, yet rumors of such an organization have persisted for years. Back in the 80s, a trove of documents pertaining to Majestic 12 began circulating around, leading to suggestions that the group had been set up in 1947 by U.S. President Harry S. Truman. The entire thing was later declared to be a hoax by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Clearly, that's the way it would be. Yet rumors continue to persist, with some still believing that Majestic 12 was in fact the real deal. Recently, new claims began to circulate suggesting that correlations have been discovered between the file numbers and the administrative stamps on the original documents and the genuine CIA case files from the 40s and 50s that have since been declassified and released to the public. Trouble is, the investigator who came to this conclusion has decided to remain anonymous. According to reports, the only connection to him is UFO researcher Ryan Wood, who provided physical copies of the original Majestic 12 files from the 80s. He's doing a great job, Wood told the Daily Mail. He's digging in the right spots and doing a good job of the historical research. It's definitely on point and logical, fair, and highly credible. As things stand, even if there are file numbers and stamps in the Majestic 12 files which match those of genuine CIA documents, it doesn't mean that those files are what's claimed in that those files and what's inside of them is real. We still also lack any real other tangible evidence that might help prove their legitimacy. Yeah, but I mean, any correlation is good, right? If they can validate, look, this is real case files that are cited. Well, how would you know that before they were declassified? Just saying, that's cool. 100% real, in my opinion, says T-Bone. I'm with you. I mean, why not? There's certainly no shortage of leaks in governments, and it's just the plausible deniability. Like, no, that's not real. Trust us. Well, of course, you're not going to tell us it's real because they're not disclosing. Ooh, T-Bone rocking the 5. God bless you, T-Bone. Thank you very much. T-Bone gifted 5 memberships to the channel. And it looks like Sam Squatch got one. The Collective Objective got one. Terry Bob got one. Mojave Stalker got one. And Daryl Peacock got one. Congratulations, all 5 of you. You are now month-long members to the show here on YouTube. So if you like it, you're welcome to continue. And if you don't like it, thanks for giving it a shot. Special thanks to T-Bone for rolling out the love, brother. Appreciate it a lot. Clapper is probably the next one to run the UFO program after Kissinger. Could be. I mean, nothing would surprise me anymore. Pretty much nothing would surprise me anymore. Very cool, though. All right, but those have been the news. Those are the news for tonight. Hope you guys learned something news, and you enjoyed the news, and you had fun with the news, and you'll tune in for the next news, which is Friday and Saturday. But anyway, there we go. This has been the news, and we got a lot more show to get back to, so I guess we better keep doing that. But, you know, some of those names, I always like when you guys, and it sounds really greedy, I like when you gift the memberships because I see names that aren't in the chats. But, hey, Jeremy, good to see you. but I've not seen before. It's like, oh, those are some of the other people. So it's kind of neat, like Daryl Peacock and Mojave Stalker, Terry Bob, The Collective Objective, Sam Squatch. Great. It's great to see all you guys. Thank you so much. And feel free, any of you guys out there, to get into the chat. Obviously, these are wonderful people here in this show. Our chat communities, both on Rumble and in YouTube, are just incredible. Justin Goodearth came in over there. Did Dog Digger. Good to have you here. Great to have you here, guys. Thank you so much over on the Rumble. All right, so that's going to wrap up the news for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get back to the rest of the show. Buckle up. There's a lot more coming. Let's do it.
When breaking news happens, Paranormal Portal is there.
It's not looking so good out here, Brent.
Award-winning and most trusted news.
Brent, the thief broke into the donut shop in the middle of the night. Be on the lookout. The man is in his late 60s, heavy set, and wearing some kind of hat.
First, live, local.
Is this a paranormal show? Why am I doing the weather?
This is Paranormal Portal News.
There it is, folks, from the genius mind of Mr. Westgermer himself. Thank you, sir. That cracks me up every time. The Merkel one, I think, is my favorite, but the Sheldon one at the end is pretty awesome. That one really cracks me up. That cracks me up. But anyway, welcome everybody back to the rest of the show. And this is where we're going to get into something else. I've got to pull up some files here, though. I got to look for it. I got to do a search here. Damn it. I'm going to have to do this manually. There's no way to do it quickly because I'm not that gifted technologically. I forget. What the hell? Did I go to? Yeah, I did this. Okay. I got to find the files that we're going to be going through now because she sent them to me and I looked at them. I was like, oh, here we go. Yep. Yeah, I could have looked for that. Okay. There we go. I just got to download them all, though. I didn't do that yet. Download all the attachments. Yes, please. Let me do that quick. Looks like I got them. Good. That's awesome. Let's open the file. You're going to have to work with me, folks. Working with me. Let's cut those. Let's put them over on the C drive so I can pull them up. And we can go through them. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. All right. New folder. BJ. How do you spell it? Lapir. Okay. There we go. We're going to go through her pictures right now. After I paste them in here and I extract them. Extract all. Thank you. Extract. There we go. Oh, is there videos here too, BJ? Wow. You sent us kind of a cornucopia of incredible stuff here. So we're not doing this in any specific order. Let me see. I just want to look at the email quick here. I would like to be in chat that night. So if anyone has questions, I can answer them for them. Yeah, I took the time and the dates that I saw the UFOs on the pictures and labeled the pictures as well. I don't know if the labels will follow the pictures to you or not. I'm not a tech person, so I don't know. Okay. Well, we'll just go through them. And BJ, you're here, so this is perfect, but we're going to get to this now. So I got the images pulled up. Let me, well, this one's kind of interesting. I don't know how that one will work. Let me do this one. I'm going to open this with, there we go. Photos, that'll work. Boom. Okay, good. All right, so I got it all pretty much queued up here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a newer segment that we haven't hit a lot of yet here on the show, but it's a good one. It's a good one. This is called Freaky Phenomena. It's Freaky Phenomena. This is where we're going to highlight BJ's pictures. And these are some strange anomalies in the skies that she's seen that do look really bizarre. You know, again, we weren't there, but we do. This is the beauty of this, is that we do know the person. This is someone who's been a part of our community for a while now, and these are some images that she's really blown away by, and looking at them, I don't have any explanation other than, yeah, they're unidentified something in the sky. So let's take a look. Here we go, starting it off with BJ's first picture. This is a daytime UFO from, what is it, September 4th, 2024. There is a video, but I wanted to not start with that because it might interrupt the video playing back here and make it kind of a pain in the butt for me. But hopefully it'll pull up on this application as well. So here we go. Let's move my head out of the way. Maybe I should do it this way. This is the first one right here, folks. Yep, I don't need to be in there. You don't need to see my face. My face ain't important. So here's the image, and obviously the anomaly is right here. There's a plane off in the distance and something looking like a metallic or white orb, perhaps. It could be a motion blur, and it's more of a sphere, or it could be more of a elongated shape. We don't know, but it's hard to know how fast this was going. It's BJ says, I took all these pictures and video with my phone camera, so they aren't the best, but you can see it all. Yeah. So I don't know if this was moving very rapidly, BJ, do you remember? Or was it moving more slowly and it's more of an elongated shape? If you could give us some feedback on that, that would be really cool. And probably I should have talked to you off camera or before the show to go over these a little bit. It's a bone. That's no bone. That's no bone up there in the sky. Ain't no bones up in the sky. Except maybe the one that this guy's using to hold his meat suit together driving that plane. All right, so I was watching a small plane. The craft was totally still. Plane saw it, banked hard right. Craft took off. When it saw that it was noticed, it was totally silent and moved fast. Well, there you go. So this is the plane banking going, and this could be the motion starting from this object as it was leaving the area as well. Very cool. Let's go to the next one. This is a cookie-shaped UFO, January 7th, or no, UFO 1. This is July 3rd, 2025, so last year. Yeah, you don't usually see cookie-shaped UFOs in the sky, or cookie-shaped green lights. That's a good catch. Was this like super zoomed in, or what would you say to this one, BJ? That's really wild, and we can zoom in quite a bit. Looks like the entire image is much. I mean, here looks like the edge, and this looks like the edge. So it looks like you're holding the phone vertically. I can slightly see a discoloration on my screen for right here as a margin and right here as a margin. So looks like you got your phone in an upright position, which is fine. That doesn't matter. I just, I'm looking at what are we looking at here. So this is the green light. It was zoomed in with my phone. Yes, vertical. Yeah, because I can see the margin discolorations. You can't see it on the rebroadcast software as I'm looking up here, but I can see it's pixelated on my phone or on my desktop here. So it is visible. And this is not the margin. This is just the frame of the photos. So the margin is like here and here now. So yeah, that looks pretty sizable. That's pretty wild. Good photo. Very cool capture. This is the original pic, he says. Trying to see how big is this one. Okay, so I do see some clouds behind this too. So I like that there's clouds lightly visible in the night sky, because that really does help put this in the sky. And again, you're not going to be able to see it. I can't see it through the back end on my production software, but I can on my desktop. So yeah, there is slight discoloration from the night sky clouds. That's pretty cool. Again, with that one. Whoa. Is this the same one? Yeah, it's a green UFO. This is August 1st, so it's a different time. That's interesting. I wonder if these are the same potential object, but this is more maybe of a saucer or plate kind of shape, and this is just changed to a different aspect or what's the word I'm looking for? A different position. So it's more looking at it. Maybe it's sitting in the sky sideways rather than laying horizontally as it was before. That's pretty wild. Huh. I mean, it's really hard to tell what it is we're looking at, but if you say this is the night sky, I believe you because, again, we know you. If this was anyone else had sent me these, I'd be just like, well, I don't know what I'm looking at. This could be a close-up of an LED on a heating blanket or something. I mean, you just don't know. But the beauty of this is that we do know you, and that really helps a bunch to give this some context. So that's crazy. Yeah. I mean, I would have to wager that these are one and the same, whatever they are. Could be the same craft or the same type of craft. And this is just different successive nights. But I do see like some very dark navy blue cloud features, like it's clouds in the night sky. So that at least gives it some kind of visual markers for me personally, but you guys can't see that. So that's going to be a little tougher for you. It's very egg-shaped, which tracks with what's been told in Disclosure, Chucky says. Interesting. Okay, I haven't heard that. Very cool. All right, so that was August 1st. Well, was that two of them or just one of them? That was just one. That one's beautiful. Wow. Again, an egg shape. Almost looks like an eyeball, almost, in a creepy way. Wow. So this is a purplish pink teardrop from August 1st, 2025. So this one was August 1st as well. So you saw a green one and a purple one, or did it change color? What was happening here? That's my purplish pink teardrop. It's the same date on the two pictures between that green one in the last frame and this one. So is this something that changed color and was both, or is this two different things that you witnessed? Yes, two of them, different ones. Okay, thank you. Very interesting. Wow. It makes you wonder, what is it we're looking at? What does the lighter and darker mean? I mean, is there a translucence to this and we're seeing something inside of it? Or, I mean, because it kind of looks like just one wicked eyeball just going, looking at the camera. That's pretty crazy. Oh, there's the video. Yep. Very nice. Did this have sound? Doesn't look like it. It does have some sound, but just you shooting it. Can hear your fingers against the phone. That is really something, isn't it? I'm going to go back and relook at that. There's like a pulsing to it, and there's definitely a core. It looks like there's more subtle stars in the background, but whatever that was appears to have motion as well. We're going to look at that one more time. That's crazy, yeah. Some people suggest that these might be Merkaba shaped, and what you're seeing is an incredible rotation that gives it the orb-like look, but it's actually more like a Merkaba, or Merkaba, however you pronounce that. And it's gyrating, moving so quick, like a gyro. That's what gives it the circular look. Huh. Once again, let's look at that. I know Truthseek, who's a friend and has done some work on this, suggests that this might be angelic, as a Merkaba, and rapidly rotating and spinning Merkaba that acts as like a vessel. That's my blue rotating pulsating UFO. It has 5 hubs, bumps on the outer ring of it, and it moves. I was braced against the door frame. It's moving, is it moving, not me. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, it would be hard to frame that up if you weren't resting against something. The natural motions on our arms and stuff. That's really something. Is there more? There's this one. Wow. So is this is the night sky behind it then, yeah? Just your phone pixelating a bit because you're zoomed in. That's really wild. Yep, very cool. This one says revolving and rotating blue UFO still shot for detail. Is this the one that we just watched then? But this is a still shot of it, is that right? I have seen 3 of these at once at different positions from closer to further away. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty spectacular. I've seen a lot of strange stuff in the night sky too, and I realize it's hard to quantify what it is. Is it UFO? Is it some other life form? Is it some energetic anomaly, or is it just some advanced technology from a breakaway space program? I don't know. I mean, all the questions are out there. Oh, this one's cool. Look at this. So this is from August 4th, 2024. This is August 4th. This one's December 1st of the year before. Okay, so almost a year apart. But yeah, there's such a similarity there. This one's at 12:22 a.m. You got to get some sleep, BJ. You got some late night hours, lady. 7:48 p.m. is not so bad. That's okay. Wow. Yeah, there's a consistency definitely with what you're seeing here. Even a year apart. Do you want to let people know like the state you live in? Where you live? Sorry, hairball. That's a good question because with the CE5 stuff with Stephen Greer, talks about like meditating or sending out energy and then something happening. And Chucky's asking, did you use any intention beforehand? BJ Lapeer. BJ can be found here. Oh, very good. Thank you, T-Bone. Putting that link in. Yeah, that's interesting. Very interesting. Let's go to the next one. Oh, yeah, those are definitely clouds. We can ascertain very clearly these are clouds. There is a couple other dots up here that are more subtle and harder to see. But that's still that same kind of shape, isn't it? Yeah, that's really crazy. There's such a consistency. And this one is from December 1st, 2023, for comparison to the one from 8/4, September 4th, 2024. Yeah, you're seeing definitely consistencies in what you're viewing. That's really cool. Oops, I think I went through 2 of them there. Nope, that was just one. And then it goes way out. This one's a little harder to dial in because there isn't much contrast to pull. I mean, you can certainly see lighter area here and here, but it's very muddy. But she says UFO with center large orb and many smaller ones around it. This is from January 4th, 2025. So just over a year ago. Yeah, this one's harder to really see. I mean, I can see basically this is the center orb and these are some of the smaller ones. Well, this one and this one at least are the smaller ones around it. Maybe some of these others, but it's hard to see when it's in a static image. Very wild. And it looks like this is the last one. So I want to go way back to the beginning because I think there was a video at the very beginning as well. Here it is. This is the one with the plane, I guess, right? Daytime UFO. This is September 4th, 2024. Yeah, that's not normal. And it definitely goes right behind the trees. So yeah, I mean, it's taking up space. Watch it again. So this is the very first one on the files that I got for her. Wowzers. Yeah, these are great, BJ. This is really something. Did you say where you are? This is from the time. This is the nighttime you just showed from the right picture. Yeah, small plane that you hear. Oh, okay, so that's the small plane that we're hearing. The UFO was totally silent, started out completely still in the sky, and then took off fast. Yeah, that's, I mean, again, the interesting thing is this. The interesting thing is this. Let's just back that up, I guess. I got to play it again. But remember, folks, if it was just a plane, come on. If it was just a plane, the navigational lights would be visible. You would maybe in daytime it's harder to see navigational lights. But what you don't usually see is light coming from the sides of these things. Now, if it was a metallic sheen, a skin on a plane, you might get some of this in certain positions as reflecting, daylight from wherever direction the sun is towards you, but it wouldn't probably be real consistent. And it's certainly, they don't have lights mounted to shoot out the sides of airplanes. That's just not part of the way that navigation lights work on planes. And the only time they use a bright white light is when they're landing and stuff, and it's for identification to the tower and also to help them see the runways and stuff. So, they're very specific and they're very directional. But what you're seeing here is something that's illuminated and seems to be visible as it's moving now. It's changing its positioning, and yet still that light is consistent. And that to me is very strange. And it very clearly goes behind there. So, we can rest assured that this isn't just some fabrication. So great stuff. It was a shimmery white / silver in color. Wow. So you're in northwestern Pennsylvania. Okay. Yeah, Pennsylvania is another one of those hot spots, but it's, right next to Ohio. So I guess that makes sense. Very cool stuff, ladies and gentlemen. This is courtesy of BJ Lapierre, who sent all of those in for us to check out and review on the show. Thank you, BJ, for doing that. It looks like you've seen some pretty incredible things. A lot of people have claims, I see stuff. But not a lot of people can show a bunch of evidence like this of what they've seen. So very cool stuff. I really appreciate you sending it in. Thank you for doing that and for sharing with us. That's really incredible. Well done. Well done. I like ye. Very good. That's fun. It's fun to see things that you guys send in. So any of the rest of you have any evidence or things like that you want to send in to have a look at on the show, wonderful. Would love to see it, and we can review it and show everyone else. So this has been Freaky Phenomena. That's as good as I got right now. Not bad. Yeah, well, of course we like them. Yeah, that was really cool. Very, very cool stuff. Really appreciate it. So, I tell you what, it's time, what do we got? 7:51. I think, you know what I think? I think we're going to dive into something. We're going to skip the article, I think, tonight and go right into the what the hell is that? Because, well, it's what the hell is that? I got a couple different things to do here. And I got to close the chat there. All right. The first one is actually coming. Looks like the watermark on the actual video itself is Young TZ5. YUNGTEEZY 5. I don't know if that's Instagram or if that's TikTok or if that's what, or it could be YouTube. But this is by Slapped Ham. Of course, Slapped Ham is an amazing show. I love Slapped Ham. I love Slapped Ham and Nukes 5. Those are both great. There's several other smaller creators like that out there too that are doing a good job. And I've always loved those because they're compilation videos. They're, you can pull up one video and get, 20 minutes of great clips to look at. Some of them are cheesy. Some of them are obviously suspect, but others are really pretty incredible, or maybe incredible, so it's kind of a lot of fun. But at any rate, it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for
what the hell is that?
It's exactly what we're wondering, and by God, we're going to take a look right now and find out if we can, or at least have a look. So here's the first one, as I was explaining, from Slapped Ham. It says dash cam footage from Avondale, Arizona shows a crouched, distorted figure lurking on the roadside in an area already known for strange sightings. Here we go. Let's have a look. See what we got. This again, Slapped Ham, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta love Callum. Callum's a great guy. For more, just like this. He does that just like this. I forget how he does it. It's just funny how he kicks his head to the side. Just cracks me up every time. Here we go. Let's take a look at Slapped Ham, and definitely follow Slapped Ham. Check out their videos. You just won't be disappointed. There's so much great stuff if you haven't already checked them out. It's just a great repository of amazing clips. Here we go. Let's take a look.
The clip was captured on Lower Buckeye Road, an area locals say already has a reputation for strange sightings, especially at night.
Do not watch at night.
As the car cruises down the dark highway, a shape suddenly appears on the right-hand side.
There it was.
When slowed down, it looks like some kind of crouching figure, humanoid but distorted, almost as if it's watching the passing vehicles. The clip was captured on Lower Buckeye Road.
All right. So, as you know, with What the Hell Is That, it's time to vote. Now, this is a really quick segment. There isn't much breakdown that you would get with the full Slapped Ham video, but it's still, you can see there's something on the side of the road. It looks huge. Whatever it is, looks huge. I'm not sure what we're looking at, to be honest with you. The question being, do you think you're looking at evidence of some strange cryptid on the roadside? Or do you think this is just nothing to see here? What do you think? Give me a vote in the chat. 1 if you think it's real, 0 if you think it's not real, or a decimal to give me an idea where you're at with it. Time to vote. Got 0.75 from Benno right out of the bat. Eric Fry's giving it halfway. Aussie's all in. Jose's all in. Yeshua is at halfway, and as is T-Bone. Lenda's giving it a 1. Whoa. 0.5 from Hoggle, 1 from Chucky, 0.98 from Beth. She's almost all the way there. Bill Simone's giving it a 1, and Kedster's giving it a 0.5. Anna Balney is giving it a 1.5 from Karen Alberding, 1 from Bonnie. Owl's giving it 0.5. There you go. Cool. Over on Rumble, I got Dog Digger at 0.5, Barbara Mora 0.5, Justin Goodearth 1, It's Something Real, and Card Juice 0.75. Kel's giving it a 1 over in YouTube again. I think it's something. I agree. I don't know what it is, but it looks really big for a dog and a little small for a horse, but it's something in the middle there. And I don't know. It does kind of have a dog vibe to me. I don't know. I'm getting like that elongated neck and the sideways head, like, I don't know, some kind of skinwalker or a cryptid canine of some kind. I don't know. It looks really weird. I sure as hell wouldn't stop. Try to throw it a milk bone, but All right. Amanda's giving it 1. Vincent Sanchez 1. Could be my new foal, says Linda. That could be. Lori's giving it a 1. Oh, Anna Boney. Okay. L is silent. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that clarification. Sorry, I'm just spitballing it as I see it, but no worries. 0.5 from Susie, and 1 from BJ, 0.75 from Android, and 0.5 from Shell. There you go. I think it looks cool. It's something. What is it? I don't know. It's just so damn creepy. I'm going to try to pause it on the actual figure once it comes up here. It takes a while. They do a lot of setup. Boom. Right there. What is that? And it's got, it could be a guy mooning him. I don't know. Looking over the shoulder like, yeah, sun's rising, moon's rising. I don't know. It just looks really thick. Very strong, very wide stance. But I don't know. Very strange. Very, very strange. I don't know what to make of it, honestly. Could it be some naked guy just, out there raising hell on the roadside? Sure, I guess. But looks strange, whatever it is. Starts out walking on all four and then it starts to stand up creepy. Yeah, it kind of gets, you ever see those bulldogs that have that real wide stance? They're kind of bow-legged. That's what it reminds me of, like with that big chest, almost like a kangaroo down low or something. I wonder about that. This is from Arizona, though, so it's probably not a kangaroo. Let's see if we can get a I mean, it's not very Roo looking, but whatever it is, it's very odd. Not the kind of thing you want to see on the side of the road, especially if you broke down. That'd be all kinds of not special. There we go. Irish Wolfhound. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't pretend to know a lot about dogs and breeds and stuff. Rakish. Yeah, I mean, it could. I guess it could be. It's not really pale like a rake. Pale white is usually pretty consistent for most rakes, but I've heard some dark color rakes reports coming out too. Small Dogman, maybe. That's why I said Skinwalker, because I think Skinwalkers generally stick within the actual parameters of a large dog. They don't like get super giant and stuff like Dogman generally does. But yeah, I don't know. Very crazy. There's a lot of 6-foot Dogman reports out there. Most people assume they're probably juvenile, that they're not the big alpha males and stuff. They're kind of the teenage version of Dogman. And those are the ones that usually raise a lot of hell, are around the 6 feet mark. So I guess they got something to prove. Who knows? But there you go. That's the first one. And creepy. Creepy party of one. Creepy party one. There you go. That's the first one. I've got more, though. I got to position the other ones over here so we can have a look at that. I've got 4 more for you guys. Hopefully this will fit. I got to resize it a bit, though. We're going to be a little wide and tall. I have different sized monitors. The one right in front of me is pretty giant, like a 32-inch. And then all the other ones are like 20, 24, 21, whatever. Yeah, this should work. All right, here's one that's coming from the unknown. Not our unknown, but another Facebook group Facebook page called The Unknown. The Unknown. Don't give me any kind of idea of what we're looking at, but this is pretty strange. I did watch this one. I was like, I don't know what I'm looking at for sure. But then again, we don't know what we're looking at, but we're going to have a look right now and we'll vote on it. So here we are. Get your eyeballs ready. Time to weigh this one out. Here we go. So this is a light being caught on security cam. Kind of strange. I'm going to do this. Try to crank up my size a little bit. Make me a little more present. Because usually we don't need the whole screen. I can always resize it later if we need to. But here it is. A light being caught on security cam. I'm going to give it sound. If it's got music, I'm going to have to kill that, though, because I don't need a copyright strike. But here we go.
Now, this video right here is what I believe has to be.
Well, that's a lot of singing. Now, the guy just goes on and he's like, I don't know what this is. Look at it, and I listened to him before. I don't mind the music. It's nice, but I just can't play other people's music without permission. So what is that? Looks like it dropped down and it's just walking away. What are we looking at, folks? What the hell is that? It's kind of interesting. Now, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like it broke off of this and came down. Is it a humanoid extraterrestrial kind of thing? Is it an energetic being that kind of split off of some rift? I don't know, but it does look like it's got a really exaggerated hopping bounce to its stride as it's walking away, but it's still translucent. It's kind of see-through. What are we looking at? Time to vote. Let me know what you think. I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't really know what to make of this one. It's anybody's guess. Let's have some votes and see what you guys think. Yeah, Justin says strange. Yeah, Barbara's all in with a 1. Justin Goodearth's all in with a 1. I don't know. Yeah, it could very well be some kind of energetic being. 0.75 from Dog Digger. Yeah, you vote, T-Bone. What do you get? 0.75 and Car Juice 1. Okay, that's the Rumble vote. Let's see what's going on here with you guys. All right, so nope, not buying this one. Aussie Tiger 0. Oh wow, Linda says oh wow. I thought that was a 0. It's just oh wow. Owl's giving it a 0. Aussie Boss Tiger's halfway there. 0.5 from Kedster. 1, just weird, Lori says. 0.5 from Bill. Chucky's giving it a 1. Lane's halfway there. I vote. You vote. You can vote. Of course, T-Bone. Amanda's Crazy Life channel gives it a 0. Karen giving it a 0. Wow, energy and motion strange. Yeah, it is. Is it impossible? No, not at all. But it's just one of those things that if it is a genuine event, it's not something that's generally captured on camera. These kind of videos are extraordinarily rare, and they could be extraordinary fake. I'm not saying they're not. I just don't know what we're looking at. Yeshua's giving it a halfway. Hoggle's not buying it. Rachel gets it right, is halfway. Linda as well. Jose's all in. 1 because something is happening there. You're right. Looks like something is happening there, Beth says. And androids and angelic beings seems very happy. Yeah, it kind of got a hoppy step, doesn't it? Me no comprende 0.5, Benno says. Anna is giving it a 1. Okay. Android's giving it a 1. 1, it is weird, whatever it is. Yeah, it sure is. 0.5 from Shell. Eric's giving it 1. 0.5 from Kel. We got Shell and Kel. There we go. 0.1 Landa Ola Chica. Is that 0.01 or is that just a 1? I don't know. 7.5, 7.5 from Mel. And any other votes? Let's see. Bonnie, is that a 0 or an O? It looks like an O. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's strange, whatever it is. And I don't pretend to know. It does look like an older video. I don't know how old. Again, could it be AI? Any of this stuff could be AI. So, not that you can negate that possibility, but the weird thing is this. I'm watching as it's dropping down, and it's already doing kind of like that hopping locomotion, almost like it's predetermined to move like that. Now it's kind of hopping in place, and then it's going to start actually moving with that motion, like something released it, and it's just going to do whatever the hell it's going to do. Whatever it's doing. We don't know what it's doing. But I did find it interesting that it was already in that motion, kind of like, you know, those kids' toys that you kind of rev up and then you hold them, and then you put it down and then you let it go and it rips off. That's what it kind of reminds me of. But I can't pretend to understand what this is that we're seeing. What is it supposed to do? What is it doing? I don't know. Way, way, way too many questions, but it definitely looks bizarre. So, way to weigh in, guys. I don't know. I don't have any answers for you, obviously, but very, very curious, whatever the hell it is. All right, let's pull up the next one. And this one's a photo, folks, and this one's kind of creepy. Well, no, it's a lot creepy. Comes from the Ghosts of London, and looks like a pretty good possible photobomb of what might be a ghost. It also kind of has a theatrical take to it. So I'll leave it up to you guys. Is it a little too theatrical? Like maybe a little staged? Or is it the real thing? Let's see what you guys think. Here it is. I got to quit shaving before the show. You know, ever since I grew that mustache, this skin now is much more sensitive. And every time I shave, I look like I just got done chugging some cherry Kool-Aid. So I'm going to have to shave like earlier in the day and let it kind of settle down. Anyway, let's check out this one. See what you guys think. A ghost photobomb or just a bad fake? What do you think? There it is. Let me shrink my head now. All right, let me get over here. My head's much too big this time. There's the photo. As you can see, everybody's lined up in a row there taking the shot, but then what the hell's that? I don't know. This one I can zoom in on though, so let's get in there and take a look. There it is. It does kind of have a skeletal quality to it. Some weird deformation around the neck. I don't know what we're looking at there, but it looks kind of puffy, or at least it's translucent, and maybe that's somebody else's head behind. It could be. There does look like there's eyes in there. It's not like just black pits, but I don't know. Is it just a weird double exposure, or what are we looking at? I don't know. but it almost looks theatrical. Like if I was going to put on makeup to look like a ghost, it would probably look like this. And that's what kind of made me think, well, is this kind of theatrical? Because it's like just over the top, I'm a ghost kind of makeup work going on here. Or is it something that's just kind of decrepit? I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Weigh in. Time to vote. Is this a ghost photobomb or is this something else? You be the judge. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let's look at the votes. Kitty Caddywhack, I think, is coming in first on this one. And this is a big 0. 0.5 from Aussie. Yeshua's nope. 0.5 from Jose. Lenda's giving it a nope. 0.65 from Benno. That's pretty specific. Wow. 0.5 looks like the girl with the blue hair. Huh. Yeah, there are, I guess, some similarities, although she's only got the smoky red shadow cooking, but this is definitely a full eye work going on here. 0 from Amanda. Maybe if it was a recent death. Yeah, maybe, Kitty. It's hard to say. Vince is giving it a 0. Benno, what do you got? Nope, nothing. Bim Jim. How you doing, Bim Jim? Good to see you. Looks like a sweet... Jeez. and looks like a sweet transvestite from Transylvania from Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of a theatrical makeup. I think so. Nothing from Hoggle. She even gave it many 0s. It's creepy. Symphonies do double exposures. Yeah, I mean, is it possible? We don't know anything about the camera or anything. So is this a film camera? Was it a digital camera? It's kind of a little blurred, but she's definitely got some see-through quality to her as well. So I don't know. If it was a real long exposure, it's possible she was there and ducked out. But it doesn't look like a costume party. Well, I mean, other than this girl, she looks like she's wearing some kind of costume or just being kind of funky, but nobody else does. Kedster, nope. Kel, nope. Let's see. Shell, nope. Bill, nope. 0.1, most likely fake. Android says 0.5, may not be supernatural. Sure. 0 for BJ. And 0.5 from Elaine Clifford. T-Bone's giving it a 0.5. 0 from 3M Farm. Gotcha. And I think that's it for the voting. Oh, Vince came up with a 0. Susie Wright giving it a 0. And it looks like Creepy AF, 0.75 from Mel. Adventures with Beth, 0. So let's see what we got over on the Rumble. What do we got? 0. Not buying this one from Justin Goodearth. Car Juice, nope. Barbara Mora, 0. Yes, looks like her face with makeup. Yeah, kind of. Car Juice, LOL. Looks like a sheer printed curtain. Yeah, kind of does, really. It's, yeah, I don't know. It's a little over the top. I think the big red flag for me is just the theatrical nature of the makeup. I do often hear of these apparitions that have like black pits where their eyes should be. Like people have seen them many times. However, there does look to be an eyeball in there. So that makes me think, well, you know, I mean, obviously it's not really a black pit then, right? I don't know. It's funky. I'm not sure what's going on. Could be legit. Yeah, it could be. It just has a real weird quality to it. And it's hard to know. There's a lot of questions that we can't have answered. And so we just got to judge it by what we can see. So there you go. Way to roll, folks. Way to roll. Next to the blue Jared one. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back and do the last two. The next one up is another video. This is one that I had originally gotten from Chucky, but the link didn't work. I got to close all the chats that piled up around it. But we're going to look at it now. Actually, I got it from Roman Daniels, posted it. And this one's going to be hard because I didn't get it the traditional way. I wonder if I could find this. DTRH. It's apparently from CCTV in Germany. And I can re-roll it several times. But this is from a news feed of Roman Daniels. Roman and Jaron right now of Supernatural Station are investigating in the Goldfield Hotel, which is made famous by the Ghost Adventures documentary that they did to start that out. And they're going there. They're there now, I guess, doing investigation stuff. So we'll have to hope they get something pretty cool, some pretty cool evidence. But very cool. Is that Studio 54, Brent? I don't know, maybe. It could be. Could be, I don't know. So let's check this out. Again, this is going to be kind of a quick play. I'll try to redo it over and over, just because it's going to be a quick clip. But I'll keep playing it over and over for a few times, and then we'll vote. So here it is. And I don't know if it has sound or not, but let's take a look. Again, captured on CCTV in Germany, allegedly. Let's take a look.
A few years ago, I remember watching this the first time and thinking, what the heck is that? It is extremely fast. If it's an alien or a camera sent by aliens, at the speed it's going, it's going to record its surroundings and aliens are going to think we're very slow. But
what? Damn it, I'm going to have trouble with this video now. I wish they would have just showed the video. Come on, work. Let's see if I can do this. And go back. No, it's going to give me hell. I'm looking for the actual good video of that. But the one link that I got from Chucky on Instagram didn't work. It like died. And now this one looks like it got outdated. So this isn't going to work. Damn it. But it's basically that weird anomaly coming, but just, yeah, it's not just you buffering, it's me. It's because it was queued into my memory on my computer, but it didn't have enough, I guess. Well, hello there. So I guess we really can't review that one. I'll try to find another version of it, folks. I thought, oh, I got that one, that might work, but it didn't age well, because these stories on Facebook only last like 24 hours, and then they queue out. So I wonder if I could do this. Let's see. Rabbit hole with Popeye. I just want to see if I can find his. Yeah, Popeye. I used to be on Truth Frequency with Popeye back in the day. Back in the day. Where can I watch Down the Rabbit Hole? No, that's not the one. It's not Netflix. Instagram. Let me do Instagram. See if I can get it. Instagram. Nope. I'll have to keep looking on that one, guys. Sorry. I thought it was going to work because I had it saved into my memory of my computer, but it must have to keep pinging the server and getting updates and stuff, and it won't do it. So we got to see a little bit of it, but in real time, that figure just blows up the street, and it starts out small and gets bigger as if it's really heading through 3D space. Looks like we might be looking at something that normally isn't visible for us, but for some reason does show up on this CCTV camera. CCTV camera. There we go. I spit it out. But that one wasn't a good enough version, so can't do that. This last one is I guess it is. We didn't do this one though. This is the Pesadillas y Misterios, which is Nightmares and Mysteries. Thank you, Jose. I remember. Same channel as we covered on another show, but this is a clip from there, and you can be the judge. What do you think we're looking at? But here we go. Let's take a look. Here it is. I'm going to try it with sound. I don't remember if it's going to be. I think it's only in Spanish anyway, so it probably won't mean much to most of us, but Jose will be able to tell us what he's saying. Let's have a listen. Again, Pesadillas y Misterios channel on Facebook, and they host a bunch of these videos, and you can certainly watch them. You don't need to speak the language to see that something strange is going on. So here it is. Let's check it out.
La persona que subió este vídeo cree que se trata del espíritu de un niño que perdió la vida en esta casa. ¿Pero qué crees tú? La persona que subió este vídeo cree...
Ruh-roh. Little kids aren't supposed to disappear in the dead of night knocking on your window. That's creepy. Very creepy. What do you guys think? What are we looking at here? Is this staged? Is it some clipped? I haven't gone frame by frame through it. I'd have to actually save the video to look and see if there's a cut frame where it makes a transition, but it looks really smooth just on first glimpses. Like, it looks pretty good. There's the child. And then as soon as the door is starting to open, suddenly the child is gone. But it's there up until that point. What do you guys think we're looking at? Give me a vote. Let me see. This is the last one for tonight. Let's hear what you got to say. So right now we've got, let's see, where are we at here? Hey, Jake, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. All right, 0.75 from Susie Wright. Looked real to me, Hoop Oracle said. Shadow Child. Yeah, maybe, Jose. Rach. What's a Rach? Rach. Rachel. Oh, okay. 0 from Chucky Danger. He's not buying this. Karen Alberding's not buying it. T-Bone's all in. Yep, small child might have perished. Yeah. Aussie Boss Tiger's giving it a 1. Going no. I don't know what you're saying, Jake. I need translation. 1, very creepy from BJ Lapierre. Jose's all in. Amanda's all in. Vince is all in. Erica's not all in. Definitely a cut. 0. I'm not seeing where the cut is, though, for sure, Android, but I expect we'd have to break it down frame by frame. Donde el vel? Oh, donde va el? I don't know. Anyway. Bill Simone is giving it a 1. Black-Eyed Children. Maybe. I guess I can. Let's look. Can you see the eyes? I mean, it's that smoke glass, so it's already distorting. I mean, yeah, it kind of looks like little dark eyes. It's hard to make it out though. But if he is a Hispanic child, he's gonna have brown eyes. Mrs. Portal's eyes are so brown they look black. I mean, they're very, very dark brown. She's Indonesian though, but yeah. Looks like the Devil's Backbone movie child goes 0.5, said Rachel. Yeshua's 0.5. Ben over Oz is all in. Adventures with Beth is all in. Kedster is giving it a O. Is that a 0, Ked? I'm sorry. Did your clocks change already? Yes, they did last weekend. 0.5, I'd be sick. Yeah, I wouldn't like this one much at all either. I thought it just started. You can see its face briefly in handed fingers. Yeah. Kitty Cattywax all in. Susie writes, not buying this one. Yep, here in BC and never again. What's that? Let's see. Any more votes? Black-Eyed Children. Where did he go? Yeah, that's the question. 0.75 from Lenda. So what do we got over on Rumble? 1, Barbara says real thing. Dog Digger 0.25. Card Juice 0. 0.5 from Justin Goodearth. At least a good trick for a kid. Yeah, no kidding. Yep, interesting all the same. Now, Mel's given it a 0.5 as well, and Elaine Clifford as well. So maybe that banging on a window is typical ghost that wants to freak you out behavior. Yeah, I'll tell you, there's an old saying, and it's an old wisdom, if you will. But the way the story goes is if you're ever in your home and something knocks on your door at night, you're not supposed to answer it unless you know for sure who's on the other side. Because the saying goes, if you open the door and nobody's there, you might just have let them in by opening the door. So you should always verify before you open that door, because could be some spirit trying to get in. And the minute you open the door, you've just created the gap in the threshold for them to come through. Don't know if there's truth to that or not. It's kind of one of those old wisdoms, superstitions, if you will. I will tell you that I've had knocking on my door. It happened at least one time in the last 5 years. It was about 11:30 at night, and my street is very dead. It was 11:30 at night, and I opened the door. Nobody was there. Now, I don't recall any big activity happening as a result of that because there's already enough stuff that happens here anyway. So nothing stuck out as like, oh, great, now we let that in. Because I'm pretty sure something's already here anyway. But we have an accord, if you will. But yeah, I don't know. It's very strange. Very creepy little video, though. Whatever it is, it's very creepy. I don't like to see children's spirits kind of things. You know, that to me is extra tough. And I'm not a huge believer in children's spirits anyway. Not that there can't be any. I just find it very suspect that they are just left to wander. I think if there's anything good and just and right and loving in the universe, and I believe there is, that anything as pure as a child that should perish will be brought home. They won't be just like, well, you got to wait there, kid. Somebody might find you eventually. I don't believe that that's the way it works, but that's me. I guess I have to believe that because but I do think that some things pretend to be children because any normal psychology, normal wired adult is going to think, oh my God, a kid, they need help. And so immediately you run to this place of, I'm going to help you. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to make it okay. Because that's the way adults that have normal psychology are wired, to protect children. And if you're something dark and evil and you want to get into somebody's inside of their defenses, you appear helpless. And they'll lower their defenses for you. And so I think it's an act of predation a lot of times by dark spirits. I think that's how they get people to drop their protection and they drop their guard and to welcome something in. So it starts with little kids, giggles and cries, and it ends with screaming and scratching. So, and worse. So that's my take on it. But believe what you will. Believe what you will, but that's a creepy little video, whatever it is. And you be the judge. Is this a real one? Could be. Could be. Could be some kind of double run where a kid was outside one run and not outside the other run, and they just spliced them together at the perfect opportunity where the door was in the right position, and there it is. I don't know. Just my take. But it's a creepy thought, having a little small child outside your house that disappears. Ugh. Gives me the loos. There you go. But I'll tell you what, it's been a great journey into the world of
The hell is that?
Indeed. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this segment. Camera moves to let away from kids so you don't see it so fake, I think. You could be right, Farm. I mean, certainly. Hi, Taz. Good to see you. I just stumbled across your Christmas card again. And the bookmarks you sent me. Thank you again for doing that. That was very sweet. All right. I guess it's time for the last segment of our show, ladies and gentlemen. One we're going to spend time on tonight. We are going to spend time on it because we've been kind of skipping over it. The last few of them and the last several, actually. Since I've started doing What the Hell Is That, it's kind of taken over a lion's share of the second part of the show, but it's been a fun thing to review evidence and to talk about it. So I like the voting. I like seeing where you guys are at with stuff, and it's a great opportunity to share ideas. So did you guys hear my stomach whistling? Like, I haven't eaten yet. My food is currently in the microwave on a plate, and my stomach knows it's there, and it's just having a tantrum instead of in my stomach where it wants it. That's just the way it rolls. That's the way it rolls. All right, so I guess it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for us to take the next leg of our journey here. Let me pull up the right window. Time for Yuma. What's Yuma? Oh, yummies, yeah. I need yummies. I need yummies in my tummies. All right, yep, here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a journey because it's time. We're going to head to the dark places and explore the cryptid corner. Oh, Maggie. I've had cameras up for years and only capture kangaroos, flattening my plants, entitled neighbors, and cheeky possums. Well, do you get koalas in your neck of the woods, Maggie? I'm here to tell you, they are the cutest, most adorable little things, but they open their mouth and it's like Satan lives in there. The most horrible noise comes from koalas. They are just the most disgusting sounding animal ever. It's like they got all looks and no singing voice at all. They're just, no, they died out here. Okay. What was it? The syphilis? Aren't they supposed to be like crawling with syphilis? Like a lot of koalas. They're just pinging syphilis off the charts. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know how they got that. I don't want to know, but yeah. Yay. Same thing that took out Al Capone. That's what I'm hearing. So marsupials are mixed up, Brent. Yeah, they sure are, Benno. Oh, chlamydia. Okay, chlamydia. Is that lethal? I don't know anything about that stuff. But I don't know how they got Where did they get that? Honest, I was just helping the koala through the fence. Sorry, I'm an idiot. But yeah, they got STDs. How did they get them? They just naturally got them? Ooh. Makes them taste more bitter. What? Oh. Do people eat koalas, really? Do you guys eat those things? Well, I mean, I don't know if you can boil that enough to make it edible, but it's just like, oh, man. Yeah, I don't need to think about that anymore. I think I want to be done thinking about that one. Ugh. Anyway, let's get to the Beth's like, you. I can't remember how they get it. I don't know if I want to know. They're slow. Their fur is good for clothing, etc. Yeah, I'm sure it probably is. You can if you are indigenous. Yeah, okay. I guess you got to eat something, but man, I just wonder how they got it, first of all. I mean, because that doesn't sound like something that should be their natural. Doesn't sound like, I know they're not the fastest little sprinters or anything, but I don't think they should have got that. In Cuba, people have eaten cats. Yeah, there's lots of places in the world that will eat a cat and dogs, surprisingly, which is man's best friend, depending on where you live. But, it's pretty sad that these, domesticated animals become part of the food chain in some places. But then again, if you look at some of the places around the world, poverty takes on a whole different level. It's like, our poor in the U.S. are living like kings next to the poor in many places in the world. It's like dirt floors, shanties, for your cover. Every once in a while, I like to, look at those. And I saw it when I was in Indonesia, some of the slums. And they're still, the beautiful part was they were still very kind and exceptionally warm people. Because, I saw them. I mean, I saw them and they were like, hi, mister. That's like the only English they knew. But they were just so excited that I was there. Like, maybe as a white person, that was an anomaly for them. Like, they heard that they're white people, but they probably never saw white people. And there I was, and they were so excited. Hi, mister. But some of the happiest, warmest, loving people, like even though they lived in such absolute squalor, their spirits were just so bright and warm and engaging. And it was just like, wow. I really wish that I were, and I don't know why I'm spiderwebbing into this, but I really wish that I were a very wealthy person, because I would definitely do something about some of that. I would do something to change that, because this is generational. They're not gonna just suddenly, score the big luck. Probably most of them are gonna be born, live, and die in that, and it'd be neat to make a difference, But anyway, I'm just falling off on the side here. Since it came up, I don't know. That's the way conversations work, though, right? Sometimes you start with a direction and you end up just going all kinds of places. We had a Chinese restaurant in the late 60s get closed for serving house cats. They stole from homes and streets. Yeah, I've heard those kind of stories, Anna. I heard them growing up too. You know, everybody always wondered when pets would go missing, and it's kind of a crappy assumption that people make, but you know, it's not without some form of precedent, unfortunately. Yeah. A North Korean defector talked about his most embarrassing moment of stealing some higher ranking officer's dog and eating it with another soldier. Yeah. Yeah, I bet. I mean, you know, when meat is just a fantasy that you think about sometimes because you can't get your hands on it, I suppose, you know, probably lots of things start looking good that you may not otherwise go, oh, like that on a grill. So anyway, we are the world, we are the children. Yeah.
Hydrant.
Hydrant. The ghost box said hydrant. Hydrant. Well, I don't know if they need water. Maybe they do. Maybe they need potable water too. Yep. All right. Rip Pets of Springfield. Snake is like chicken. I've eaten alligator. Alligator tail was really good. I enjoyed it, like frog legs. I mean, I'm probably an obligate carnivore by choice. You know, I mean, I prefer eating meat to eating vegetables, but I wouldn't prefer like gathering the meat myself. I'm just okay going to the store and getting it, or the restaurant or whatever, as long as somebody else does the ugly part. But anyway, I don't think I've eaten snake either, to be honest with you, but I've eaten alligator. American alligator, damn good. It's kind of like it's kind of the same consistency as frog. So I imagine that's very close to snake as well. You know, that real light meat. So, all right, let's get to the cryptids. We got to cover some ground here. We're running out of time. I end up talking about all kinds of stuff that nobody's interested in. I don't know. I mean, we're all human, right? We'd all like to change the world if we could. Why not? Here we go. The first one from Sasquatch Chronicles blog. This is from March 5th. The Three Figures. This maybe isn't cryptid related, but just judging by that picture, it looks creepy related, which is right up our wheelhouse. So let's read this one. A listener writes, I grew up in Lynchburg, Virginia, and went to college there too. That's where this story took place. It's not a Bigfoot encounter, at least I don't think it is. Honestly, I'm not sure what kind of encounter it was. All I know is that it happened to me. And I've often wished someone could explain it and tell what it was or what it meant. It happened on October 31st, 2001, under a full blue moon along one of the quietest stretches of the Blue Ridge Parkway. At the time, I was driving a 1970 Chevy Bel Air, an old steel boat of a car, and I'd pulled into the James River overlook near Goff Mountain Road, and it was close to midnight. The moon was so bright it almost felt like daytime. Well, I shut the engine off and decided to just stretch my legs. There's a small trail there that leads down to toward a bench maybe 100 yards from the parking area. Well, I'd spent a lot of time in the woods, so being out in the forest at night didn't bother me. I knew what normal nighttime woods felt like, and I also knew something felt off. As I walked down the trail, the stillness felt unnatural. No breeze, no insects, no rustling, nothing. I sat on the bench and looked through the bare branches while the moonlight spilled across the slope below. It's very well written. It was beautiful, but something about it felt wrong, like I was being watched. And then I heard a snap. A single limb breaking somewhere down slope, maybe 50 to 100 yards away towards the Bellamy Creek drainage. Well, at first I didn't think much of it, deer snap branches all the time. But then it happened again. And again. What caught my attention wasn't just the sound, it was the pattern. The breaks started coming from different directions. Not like one animal moving through the woods. I counted 5, maybe 10 distinct snaps, each spaced about 4 or 5 seconds apart. Then the timing changed. The snaps started coming faster, every 1 second or 2, and they seemed to be moving in a circle around me. Well, that was enough. Instinct kicked in, and I stood up and headed back to the car. When I got inside the car, I didn't start the engine right away. I just sat there with the keys in the ignition, ready to leave if I needed to. Well, at first, nothing happened. Then something hit the hood. It sounded exactly like a Douglas fir cone hitting steel hard, solid, unmistakable. The problem was there was no pine or fir trees there, only deciduous trees. And by that time of year, all their leaves had already fallen. There was nothing up there that could drop. And then another hit, and they started falling faster, like something was throwing them. Well, they weren't rocks or dirt. Every impact sounded the same weight, the same size, the same hollow thunk of a heavy cone hitting metal. The hood, the roof, the trunk, maybe even the sides of the car, but I couldn't see anything falling. Nothing bouncing off. Nothing rolling away, just the sound. I looked up towards the tree line in front of me, expecting to see bare trunks and branches in the moonlight, and instead, I saw figures. At first, I thought my eyes were just playing tricks on me. The shapes looked like people standing among the trees. They weren't trees. They were tall figures, 6 to 7 feet high, wearing what looked like long hoods or cloaks. Completely black. No faces. No hands. Just darkness beneath the hoods. Could you imagine seeing that? Some stood still, others seemed angled towards me. It was like they absorbed the moonlight instead of reflecting it. I turned to my left towards the grassy median beside the car and saw more shapes there, maybe 3 to 8 of them, lying flat on the ground like bodies. Each time I looked away and then looked back, they were closer. But they never moved while I was watching. No sound, no crawling, just different positions every time my eyes shifted. Then I noticed something near the driver's side of the car. 3 smaller figures, only 5 or 10 feet away. They weren't tall like the other ones, near the trees. They were crouched or hunched close to the ground, almost like children playing. Under each hood there was a faint flicker like someone trying to light a cigarette lighter that never quite caught. Meanwhile, the impacts on the car were coming faster and faster. At that point, instinct completely took over. I turned the key, threw the car into drive, and sped out of the overlook as fast as could be. As I pulled away, those smaller figures were right beside my door. If the window had been open, I'm certain I could have reached out and touched them. They just watched. I drove for about 5 miles before finally pulling over. Nothing had followed me. When I got out and inspected the car, there wasn't a single dent, and no scratches, no debris. Nothing at all explained what I had heard hitting the car. I've looked at that location on maps many times since then, but I've never gone back in person. Not once. I haven't even driven that stretch of the parkway again. There's one detail that still bothers me, though. When I later looked at the spot on Google Maps, the overlook where I had parked appeared to be on the wrong side of the road. Well, I clearly remember pulling into it on the right side from the direction I was traveling. But according to the map, it should have been on the left. I've tried to make sense of that for years, and I still can't. For a long time, I never told anyone about this. But now I'm telling you. Wow, that's creepy. Very creepy stuff. Hey, Unknown, good to see you, man. Glad you remembered where the show was. Glad you remembered. Speaking of remembering, I got to showcase a song that was sent to me. That was sent. It was created by one of our listeners, one of our regulars. So on Friday's show, I think we might just unveil that song with the lyrics and see what you guys think. It was really cool. Really cool song. But there you go. I don't know what this one is. It sounds squatchy in a lot of ways, but not the hooded figure part. That doesn't sound squatchy. So I don't know what we're dealing with here. This is very strange, very creepy, weird kind of story, but that's the story. So you heard it here. Special thanks to Wes, obviously, for letting us use the Chronicles blog. He's got a whole bunch of stories on there, and they're wonderful. And we're going to get to the next one right now. This one's from March 4th. Strange activity on my property. I just wanted to share a couple of strange verbal encounters I've had at my home. I live southeast of Tyler, Texas, and have been here a little over 3 years. My wife and I live on 11 acres, about 3 acres cleared in front of the house and 8 wooded acres behind it. The woods surround us on 3 sides and begin roughly 30 yards behind our home. Between the house and the woods, we have an old burn pile where we dump grease and leftover food. In early November 2024, during deer season, I killed a deer, cleaned and dressed it, and dragged the carcass out into the woods. Then in early to mid-December, I killed another deer, and that time I removed all the meat and left the carcass lying in the woods. It wasn't a huge deer, but it wasn't tiny either. The next day, the carcass was completely gone. No sign it had ever been there. I wasn't too alarmed and assumed coyotes or maybe a bobcat had just dragged it off. Well, about a week later, around 9 p.m., I was taking grease out to the burn pile like I usually do in the evenings. Now, as I was walking back to the house, I heard a whistle. It came from the north side of our property, just across the fence line, in the neighboring woods. The sound stopped me cold. I had never heard anything like it before. It started with a very fast trill that rose to a single high-pitched note at the end. I stood there staring into the darkness but couldn't see anything. I decided to try to imitate it, even though I'm not very good at whistling. Well, I managed a decent attempt. About 5 seconds later, it whistled back. Well, I tried again, and it responded again. The third time, it took a little longer, but it still answered. And that's when I remembered hearing that you're not supposed to whistle or respond to whistles at night. That thought really unsettled me, so I went inside. My wife had seen me stop on the patio and asked what was going on. I told her about the whistle and we continued with our evening. And that was in December of 2024. Over the past year, we noticed we weren't seeing as many deer, and I didn't harvest one this season. During that time, I searched online for nocturnal animal and bird sounds, but never found a match for what I heard. Still, whenever I'd go outside at night, I'd sometimes whistle and listen for a response. Then in early January of this year, I took something out to the burn pile and whistled again. Within about 10 seconds, I heard what I can only describe as teeth chattering. It stopped me in my tracks. I yelled for my wife to come outside, and I whistled again and heard it once more before she made it out. It sounded exactly like fast, sharp teeth chattering something that I'd heard online but never in real life. When my wife came out, I tried again, but there was no response. I don't know if this is just a time of the year when something passes through the area, but there's definitely something out there at times. Have you ever heard of whistling like that? Or teeth chattering? I wondered if maybe it was an owl, but I still haven't found a sound that matches what I heard. Yikes. I have one experience with something whistling in the forest, and I've shared it before. Sorry, it's redundant for some of you guys that have been around for a while or with me forever, but it was I don't know, 5 a.m. Maybe I was leaving at about 4:30. It was the warm months, so it was getting light already at 4. So it wasn't like pitch black. But I went out to my car. I had to go in early. I think it was roughly 5 a.m. So I'm walking out to my car and up. This is the bluff, the area that I was growled at 14, and kind of just put that aside. Wasn't really thinking about that, but I was walking out and I heard this whistle sound, and it was many toned. It was like I can't even remember exactly how it went, but I heard it and went, well, that's really weird. Up on the hill, it was up on the hill. This whistling, quite a distance away. Just this whistling sound. I'm like, oh, so I mimicked it back. And it mimicked it back to me. And I mimicked it again. And I'm here to tell you, something up on that hill started moving towards me and popping brush like you wouldn't believe. Like snapping sounds of big sticks getting plowed through as something was moving toward me. I was like, okay, nope, I'm going to work. And I got in my car and left. But I was really unnerved. I was like, what is whistling, first of all? And I thought, well, I'm whistling back just to see what happened. And it did it. And I whistled again. And it whistled again. And then it just came. I think it was after I whistled the second time. I don't think it mimicked me the second time. I think it just started coming. And it was really unnerving because I just felt my stomach drop like, oh, no. Now, that same location, which was my grandparents who had died years before, we were living, Sheldon and I were living in the house there. And it was before Mrs. Portal came to be a part of my life. But it was there was one night at about 2 a.m. And I had these real narrow downstairs windows. And I was sleeping in my bed. And suddenly I woke up like that. I had the window open with screen. And right outside my window, I heard these really heavy bipedal footsteps go right by my window. And I literally laid in my bed to hold my breath. But I would tell you, on this beach right in front of the house, I would find piles of clamshells. Piles of them. Now, animals eat clams. And this is a freshwater lake. It's Mississippi. And but I would find piles of these clamshells. And you'd find open clamshells and shrapnel from like raccoons or other things eating, what they can get a hold of and just kind of shredding it. But it was always the piles that I found most disturbing. It's like, what in the hell is eating the clams and making piles? Now it wasn't the kind of sand. It was a real rough, rocky sand. So it wasn't like all you could see were dents in the sand where something had walked. So it wasn't like I could see a 14-inch print or something like that. But it was just, and the lakeshore was traveled all the time by people walking their dogs during the day or whatever. And so you never really paid attention to tracks on the beach because first of all, you could never identify what it was anyway. But the piles of shells were always unusual to me. It's like, well, what's doing that? Because it's not like there's just hordes of kids coming up and making seashell piles. Now, sometimes, all the kids that ever did come were absolutely amazed with the shells. And they would collect them and take them home or whatever. But it'd be the middle of the week. There's no kids around. And suddenly there's a fresh pile of shells on the seashore or on the lakeshore. I always thought that's really weird. Never whistle. Yep, you're right. That's true, Elaine. See what I did there? What'd you do? I can't read what you did there, Jake. Lucky Lake, super clickety party on that. Portal peeps, whoop. Jake, you have your own vocabulary, brother. I can't understand most of what you say. Love you, but I don't know what the hell you're saying most of the time. So very cool. But yeah, I think whistling is one of those things. It's a First Nations wisdom Never whistle in the woods. Never whistle at night. Yeah, I've heard that from several different tribes through the years. They all consistently pretty much think you just don't whistle in the woods. Don't do it. And I can understand why. I think you end up calling something. She sells by the seashore. Yep, she does. She does. That's how she makes a living, I guess. All right. You just can't know what goes through my head that I can't ever say. Sometimes I say too much, but oftentimes I'm running a pretty thick filter on the stuff that goes through my head. Anyway, that was a good story. I like that one. We're going to read one more, and that'll be the night. Remember, after the show, you got to head over and hang out with Mr. Dave Scott, Spaced Out Radio. Or don't whistle anywhere at night. I don't know about anywhere, but it's definitely the woods. I mean, if you're in downtown and you want to whistle, you can whistle. I'm sure no Sasquatch is going to find you there or other cryptid, but, that's not guaranteed either, though. Dread Promise. God dang it, Jake. I already got about 15 nicknames as it is. Don't create new ones. All right, here we go for the last one from Sasquatch Chronicles Cryptid Corner. February 19th. This one's been open for a while. Strange figure captured at Mammoth Cave National Park. Listener writes, "Hi, Wes. I really enjoy the show and wanted to share a photo I took a couple of years ago that you might find interesting. My daughter and I were camping at Mammoth Cave National Park and hiking near dusk along the Green River when we noticed some movement off to our left." Oh, look at that. That's right there is the actual something. Don't know how big this foliage is, but it looks like a puckwudgie size, honestly. Doesn't look big. It says just off the trail was a group of wild turkeys, surprisingly comfortable being so close to people, which is what first caught our attention. Then my daughter spotted a dark shape further back in the woods behind them. When she pointed it out, I quickly lifted my phone and took a few photos. At the time, I didn't think much of it. A couple of weeks later, while going through the pictures, I was pretty blown away by what we saw. I've attached both the original image and the cropped close-up. It's a little blob squatchy, but I thought you might get a kick out of it. I'd like to hear your thoughts on the photo if you're willing to share them. I mean, that's just about as ambiguous as you can get, though, honestly. I don't know. Could be the big Tom turkey, just way in the back while the other turkeys are closer. I don't know. I mean, it's way too small to be like a big squatch, I would think. I don't know. But there you go. That's not a lot to go with, but that's the actual image there. And this is the close-up. So I'm not sure what to make of that one. Thanks, yeah, no, I'll try. I gotta do about 15 things after I get off of here, but if not today, then maybe tomorrow, brother. I'll do my best. You know I will. But yeah, I don't know. That's certainly, it's really tiny. Whatever that is very tiny. These are mature trees, and these are very young trees in here, like saplings. So I don't think we're looking at something bigger than a small, a medium-sized dog or something like that. I don't think this is any hulking squatch-like figure because, I mean, these weeds might be 2 feet tall, and that's about it. But these are just small, young trees through most of this scrub here, as you can see. So whatever they're looking at, I don't think it's squatchy, unless it's doing a belly crawl, and that's just the head. If that's the case, that's creepy as hell, but it seems to have a little nub up here of something. Could just be a root ball. We just don't know. But at any rate, I guess they had movement, so maybe it was something. Who knows? But that's the journey tonight, folks. That's where we're going here in the portal. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you've had a good time. Hope you know that I love bringing these shows. Thank you for all the kindness and love, the donation, T-Bone. Appreciate it. That was amazing. And I can only tell you, if you're new to the show, we do these live streams every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So whatever that equals for your time zone. You have to sort it out, but I'll be here doing the show all the same. And if you want to join us, you're welcome. If you're brand new and you've listened to the show, if you like it, please get subscribed. Love to have you be a part of the family. Whether you're on Rumble or whatever platform you're listening and following on, just definitely make the connection. Love to see more of you. Good to see you, Bill. Thank you, sir. Love listening and watching the show, Brent Thomas. Thank you, Jason Finch. I love that you're here watching and listening. That's very wonderful. You guys are all amazing, so go check out Mr. Dave Scott, Spaced Out Radio on YouTube, youtube.com/spacedoutradio. Catch his live stream, which will be starting shortly. And other than that, that's what we got for you tonight. So love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic in every day and remember to laugh as much as you can. Good night, everybody. I'm rolling the credits.